So I just had to address something really quickly, okay? I'm just going to call it what it is, and I'm sure that the instructor at the courses where we're at right now can coincide with what I said. Taekwondo and karate are some of the most easiest forms of martial arts. They are not really that hands-on. They only teach you the very most remedial forms of combat fighting, if any is present. I really feel like Taekwondo and karate are basically just to teach you discipline and respect and how to trust. And that's just what that is. And so my kids are doing kickboxing and jiu-jitsu, right? And so basically in the vlogs that I posted in my shorts of my kids, there are 3. There's one of my daughter, which is my 12-year-old, and then there's one of my son who is 7. And so in one of those vlogs with him, one is where he got tackled down to the ground, but he got tackled because of the fact that the kid went in a weird direction and he just kind of fell. So that's where you kind of notice that he's down on the ground. But at some point he punched the kid, I think in his face or shoulder, and that's how he ended up getting free. Eventually it would lead to my son getting back up, and then the kid obviously had some few seconds of a rush of energy. So ultimately he still got back up and still was trying to go down. At that point the teacher realized that they were not going to stop, so he called time. And that's just where it ended. But let me make a couple of comments here. Jiu-jitsu is very abrasive. It is very hands-on. It will basically teach you what you need to know in order to get yourself out of an altercation. Let me just say it like that. It will basically help you to get out of a fight. Jiu-jitsu literally equips you with the knowledge you need to save yourself from getting hurt. You're not going to put a tacky little street fighter who only knows how to punch and kick next to a jiu-jitsu master or even a jiu-jitsu student in general, because that student or that master is going to wipe them out in a heartbeat. And I know what y'all going to say, but he was down on the mat. It's because that's a part of jiu-jitsu. You have to be taken down on the mat. And it's everybody, not just one or another student specifically. No, it's everybody. That is a part of learning how to get yourself free. Yes, they do put headlocks. Yes, it's scary. But they have this thing called tap out. And when you tap out, that's like where you're letting the other person know, your opponent, that you gotta breathe. And so everybody there is fluent in that. And I know a couple of y'all gonna be petty, y'all gonna make some stupid ass comments, but let me stop you in your tracks. Being dropped down to a mat doesn't mean anything. It's a part of you learning and your needing the ability to defend yourself. So it's actually a very, very positive thing, being thrown down to the mat and having to get yourself released from a headlock. Because when you fight out in the real world, you ain't going to have these mats on the floor. You're not going to have punching bags. You ain't going to have all that. It's going to either be the street, the concrete, or it's going to be the sidewalk, which is asphalt. Logically. Okay? So, it's so important that they get dropped down to the mat and they're trained how to get themselves out of these situations, because if they don't, they're going to walk up out of there and it's going to be horrific. So at the end of the day, Bella, get in here. At the end of the day, I'm actually very glad that he was put in that situation, because he feels really confident now. And I'm sure that during tomorrow's class, he's going to do splendid. I trained him a little bit last night myself. I also have a background with martial arts myself. So, obviously I'm going to train him. There was somebody that made a dumb comment yesterday. I don't recall exactly who the heck it was, but I was like, oh, yeah? So I ended up training with my son for about a half hour when we got home. And I'm hoping that come class tomorrow, he can kick some good old combat ass, if you get what I'm saying. But anyways, guys, I wanted to clarify that because I know that there's going to be some of y'all that be stupid and make some petty comments. But the thing of it is, they need to be thrown to the mat. They have to be able to get released from a headlock. All of that. And if you don't know how to do that, then you have a serious problem. And it's not just my kids, it's the whole class. Everybody gets thrown down to the mat. It's a part of learning. So you really don't have any ability to make any comments like that, really, actually, now that I think about it. But anyways, guys, that was my quick commentary on the vlogs that I posted. There was another vlog that I posted of my 12-year-old. And again, you know, she got thrown to the mat because one wrong move defined the whole going down to the mat. And that's how quick and easy it is. But she got out of it. So it is what it is. All right, guys. And and yes, my most favorite part is where he's like, oh, yeah. But then the teacher called time. So it ended there. Anyways, love y'all. Bye.